We remember the year 1954 as if it were only yesterday. This was the year the world decided to draw a line on our map, splitting our homeland into North and South. This was not a political decision made by men in far-off rooms. It was a deep, tearing wound in the heart of our families and our communities. The news traveled slowly from village to village, carried by whispers and worried faces. Suddenly, the uncle who lived down the river was in another country. The market where we sold our rice for generations was now across a border we were told not to cross. This division felt unnatural. The same blood, the same language, the same ancestors. The pain of this split was a constant quiet hum beneath the surface of our daily lives. In the north, we were told to prepare for a struggle to reunite our motherland, to bring our brothers and sisters back into a single family. Our desire for independence and unity was as essential as the air we breathed and the water that nourished our rice fields. It was a feeling that had been passed down through generations, a deep-seated belief that our land belonged to us and that we should be the masters of our own destiny. After decades of colonial rule, the promise of true freedom was a powerful fire in our souls. We had seen our resources taken, our traditions challenged, and our people treated as less than equal in our own home. The division of our country in 1954 felt like yet another foreign imposition, another attempt to control our future. This time, we promised ourselves, would be different. In the north, under the guidance of Ho Chi Minh, this will was forged into a national purpose. We were taught that sacrifice was necessary for the greater good of a unified Vietnam. To fight an enemy with overwhelming technology and resources, we had to become one with the land we knew so well. We could not face their armies in open fields on wide roads. Instead, we chose a different way, the way of the shadow and the jungle. This was what the world came to call guerrilla warfare, but for us, it was simply the art of survival and resistance. We moved like ghosts through the dense forests, using the thick canopy of leaves as our shield from the sky. We knew every stream, every hidden cave, and every mountain pass. The jungle, terrifying and confusing to our adversaries, was our sanctuary and our fortress. Our fighters learned to use the environment as their ally. They set ingenious traps made from sharpened bamboo, natural vines camouflaged with leaves and soil. The year 1968 brought a moment that shook the world and changed the course of our long struggle. It was the Tet Offensive. During the Lunar New Year, a time traditionally observed as a truce, our forces launched surprise attacks on cities and military bases across the south. From Hue to Saigon, the sounds of celebration were suddenly replaced by the sounds of battle. Ordinary people in the cities now found the war on their doorsteps. The offensive was a demonstration of our unwavering resolve, proving we were far from broken. Though we suffered heavy losses, the offensive did not bring the hoped uprising. It was a profound psychological victory. For the American public, it shattered the illusion the war was nearly won. The price we paid for a unified homeland was immense, a cost measured in broken families, scarred landscapes. In every village, there was an empty chair at the dinner table, a parent who would never return from the jungle, a child lost to a stray bomb. The grief was a heavy cloak that settled over our nation. We mourned the millions of our people, soldiers, civilians whose lives were cut short by the brutal machinery of war. The gentle rivers had carried away the blood of our sons and daughters. The fertile earth held the bodies of our best and brightest. This was a sorrow that words could never fully capture. The physical destruction was everywhere we looked. Our beautiful country, once lush with green forests, vibrant fields, was now pockmarked with bomb craters that filled with stagnant water. We had to mend not only our broken hearts but also our broken land, clearing unexploded bombs, replanting forests one sapling at a time. Yet, in the midst of this overwhelming loss, the spirit of our people endured. The same resilience that had carried us through the war now fueled our efforts to rebuild. Neighbors who had been divided by ideology began to help one another clear debris, reconstruct their homes. Farmers worked together to reclaim the fields, sharing seeds, sharing tools. In the quiet that followed the roar of war, we started the slow, arduous process of healing. We found solace in our shared culture, in the familiar rituals of our ancestors, and in the simple act of working together to create a future for our children. This story is about more than just armies and battles. It is the story of ordinary people who performed extraordinary acts of courage every single day. We teach our children about this sacrifice, not to glorify war, but to honor the immense value of the peace we now enjoy. From ashes and pain, a unified Vietnam rose. This is not just war history. It is a story of resilience. From ashes and pain, a unified Vietnam rose. This is not just war history. It is a story of resilience.